Manufacturing. We're on another little road trip. This one's going to be a little bit longer. I'm heading up to Phoenix. I'm going to go see some old Army buddies, and maybe we'll talk a little business with some local shops, you know, see what we figure out. But thank you for joining us today on Stiffler Manufacturing Live. Around this guy, he's being kind of slow. Hey, Sheriff's Department, or State Troopers rather. I'd explain why some people are being all namby-pamby, but the speed limit out here is 75. Come on. Hey, thank you for the like, greatly appreciate it. Best mountain in the world, is it? Hey Omar, how you doing, man? We're heading off to Phoenix today. There we go. Not sure that's gonna mess up the video there. We'll see. How's it look to you? Nothing out here. Okay, so that does actually change it. Alright, it told me it was locked, but I guess not. But yep, we're heading off to Phoenix today. I'm off to see a few Army buddies, maybe talk to some local shops. So it's going to be like an hour plus long drive, hour and a half. Figured, what the heck, let's do it live while we're doing it. Still working on the 26th this week. I'm hoping Monday we will be going to the range. I got to talk with Stiffler, Justine. Yeah, we'll see what's going on. See if we're actually going to take it to the range, because the plan is to start working on the 43 come December. Maybe about early to mid-December, we'll start working on the 43. A lot of farmland out here. There's going to be a lot of farmland on the way up. Hey, James Hill, Jim Hill, what's going on, man? And everybody, thanks for joining us. We're just starting. We're on a little road trip going to Phoenix, Arizona. Pass by some cool little mountains, lots of open land, a few little towns. Get our way up onto Phoenix. Go chat it up with a few Army buddies, and yeah, maybe go talk a little business up there too. Been working on the 26th the last week or two, and hoping to do some range testing Monday. But we'll see what happens. Someone made us. Yes, I did see that. You know, to be honest, we thought it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. We just didn't think it was going to happen so quickly. I figured maybe 6 months, a year tops. But I figured 6 months since Glock announced it, and then boom, there'd be a switch for the V series. But nope, that was insanely quick. So much faster than I thought it was going to be. get a V series so far, and this might change, but so far Glock has not written any patents for the V series, and if they don't, that means we can, you know, make clones of the V series. Hey McMahon, what's going on? I know, Jim, I know. Yeah, it's hard to. I'm curious how they're gonna respond to this, if they respond to it at all. Hey, thank you for the like, greatly appreciate it. Hey, we're coming up on Picacho Peak, site of a Civil War skirmish in Arizona. As we get closer, I'll try to get you guys an image. It's way off in the distance. You're not going to be able to see it from here. Oh yeah, lawyers will be involved. See, I don't think Glock's at fault. And, you know, typical anti-gunners, right? I don't think Glock's at fault, though. And we already have precedent for this in Smith & Wesson v. Mexico for the Supreme Court. They're not at fault for what someone else does illegally with the product. It's just like, you know, Ford isn't at fault. But the Supreme Court already ruled on that. Smith & Wesson v. Mexico, because Mexico tried to sue Smith & Wesson, blaming them for weapons that the cartel happened to be caught with. And Smith & Wesson's like, we've done our due diligence. We sold our products to FFLs. Like, there's nothing we did wrong. Those FFLs were supposed to do due diligence and sell them to lawful possessors, which they would know because they sold them to people utilizing the NICS background check through FBI, right? So they did their due diligence. It's people who broke the law that are at fault. But anti-gunners don't care about that. They just want to try and restrict and take away from you. So they are going to plug and play as much as they can with the law and try and just strip away rights a little piece at a time. Get you guys some of that road view. Whole lot of nothing out here. Still working on the 26. I'm hoping Monday we'll be able to test fire it. I had a few hiccups this week in production, but I'm hoping Monday, well, if not Monday, maybe even this weekend. Today I'm heading up to Phoenix. We're going to be talking to a few old Army buddies, getting up with those guys, and maybe even talking to a few gun shops up in Phoenix. Yeah, absolutely. It's tougher than it should be. WTF, mate, what's going on? Yeah, this mount is not that great. Not for this vehicle, anyway. But that's okay. Oh, thank you guys for the likes. Greatly appreciate it. A lot of mountains to the left of us. So we'll get around this guy here. And feel free to Google this one as I'm coming up by it. Picacho Peak, site of a Civil War skirmish in Arizona. It's in between Tucson and Phoenix. Did not go well for the Union. Very good, important military lesson in that one, actually. If I remember this story correctly, it was a young Union lieutenant who was not following the orders of his colonel. He wanted to get some glory and chase the Confederate troops up a hill These troops were related to the Arizona Rangers, and I guess I could call it a peak, not a hill, Cacho Peak. And they try to charge up this hill, this peak, and the Confederate troops, these Arizona Rangers, just picked them off as they're trying to get up. Now, what the colonel wanted to do was have Union troops scout them, not go up the peak, and come back with reinforcements from, I want to say, California, and surround the peak and starve them out. But the lieutenant decided to ignore those orders once the colonel was gone, charged up the peak, and it was just basically a massacre for his troops. And by the time the colonel returned with reinforcements, the Arizona Rangers had fled and gotten to safety, and all of the Confederate forces in the area were now well aware that Union forces were on the way, and so they scattered. So, important little history lesson there. I probably missed some stuff, and get into more detail about it if you want. So impressed with the fit and finish on my two uppers paired with grit grips, and they look and dry better than my Glock. Oh, dry fire. Right on. Awesome. Glad to hear it. I really need to get a grit grips frame at some point. Let's see if we can start showing this peak. We're getting a little closer to it. Frickin' phone mount's kind of in the way, and there's no way I can adjust it. Actually, there might be a way I can adjust it. We'll have to play with it. Nah, yeah, you can't see the peak from there. There it is. Okay, if I turn it sideways, that probably screws up the picture for you guys, though. But there's the peak. Now, if I remember right, it wasn't the higher peak on the left side, it was the smaller peak on the right side where the skirmish took place. I could be wrong. Feel free to fact check me. But, yep. Over 100 years ago, little Civil War skirmish right here. I might be able to adjust this. Let's see here. Maybe if I do it this way. Okay, yeah, so if I pull this out. Alright, let's see if we have a little more, well, a little bit more play, but not quite what I'm looking for. That's alright. It is what it is. I might just move the phone and show you guys. There we go. Cacho Peak. But yep, still working on the 26th this week, probably over the weekend as well. And I'm hoping testing. But December, we are looking at starting design work on the 43. And we're going to test this against Glock OEM 43, I believe a 43X, and some aftermarket 43s as well to make sure we are good to go. Hey, the Emu farm. Yep, we have emu out here. Can't show you those, they're way too far off. But how's everybody else's builds going these days? I'm testing out the Ruger RXM, and it seems to be working well with our frames, with our slides, everything. So we'll put our slides on the RXM frame. We'll put the RXM on the frames we already have at the shop. mean, it is going well. There we go. There's the peak. Driving right up next to it. But as always, feel free to ask questions and whatnot. This is going to be a long trip. Much longer than our normal driving lives are. I've still got a good 50 miles to go here. Hey, Bill Poole, what's going on, man? Off driving to Phoenix. This one's a much longer driving live. I don't think I've ever done a driving live traveling to Phoenix before, but I figured what the heck, since I'm going to be driving for over an hour, might as well do a live, chat people up. The 26 is still being worked on. I'm hoping for a range test in the next few days. And December, if everything's going right, we're going to begin design work on the 43. So I expect 43 to possibly come out around the end of first quarter. So maybe March for the 43. It could be sooner, but I don't want to promise anything. Picked up a Ruger RXM. We have Task Force Red. It's a local gun shop in Tucson, Arizona. They've picked up some of our slides. We picked up an RXM through them, and we're testing that with our builds as well. Hey, 10X, what's going on, man? Traveling through Arizona today. The sky is beautiful. I wish I could show more of it. This mount on this vehicle, not so great. Much more beautiful to the left, but I can't really show it all that well. Same, though I imagine it's colder for you guys. We had some rain this morning, some rain yesterday. Temp was down in 45. That's not bad on the East Coast or up north, I know, but Arizona, it's cold to a lot of people. All of a sudden, everybody's in jackets. Trying to plan another range day too, get us and the boys out, go to the range, test out some Stiffler slides, of course. But you know, honestly, just to get some good range therapy in, you know, get some good training, do some reload drills, some Mozambique drills, maybe a little bit of sprint and shoot. Like, you guys must shoot all the time being in a machine shop that makes gun parts. No, not really. I mean, yeah, we do test stuff out, but that's more to go into a local indoor range. We go over to Zona Tactical, and just use their indoor range, light off, a couple hundred rounds, and then take off. And it's not like it's, it's an enjoyable shoot. It's just more for testing. We got to get something tested. Got to get something confirmed. Yes, this works. Hey, here's the ammunition we used. Hey, here's the frames we used. Sometimes you don't even put optics on. You don't put front sight, rear sight. You're just going and testing functionality. And that's it. You're not trying to, improve marksmanship. It's just dumping ammo. Thank you guys for the likes, greatly appreciate it. Gonna be a bit of a boring live because I'm just mostly driving, as that's pretty much what it is. Heading up to Phoenix. So feel free to ask questions and whatnot. I'll be passing by Florence and Coolidge in a bit. Big old prison in Florence. There's a National Guard base there. Going by Casa Grande too. Isn't that funny? A Tesla truck that's a Silverado. There we go. We had a good one yesterday, I think it was. We had a gentleman from the United Kingdom in here. We were having some conversation about knife violence, gun violence, and issues in both countries regarding to immigration, so on and so forth. It was an interesting conversation. You never know who you're going to get in the lives. I've gotten people from all over the world, very interesting views. Of course, we're American, so one of the things is like, oh my God, you guys have guns, how can you do that? Part of our culture, just like other things are part of your culture. So in the case of some people, I certainly bet they wish they hadn't had their right to bear arms stripped from them. There's so many historical examples of why that's an awful thing. And every time they're gone, all of a sudden the government starts abusing you. Could be small ways, could be big ways, but they do start abusing you. And chat filter on. There we go. Make sure I'm getting every comment coming in. Hey, thanks for the like. Really appreciate it. Truck stop Denny's. It's been a minute. There we go. Flop that around and show you guys the whole lot of nothing. Not the most nothing I've ever seen. There could be more nothing, depending on where you are in the world. show you guys some of the good stuff. The good views on the left side. The mount I have can't show all that. Desert Armory, what's going on, man? I'm headed off to Phoenix today. Still working on that 26. Hoping to start design work on the 43 this coming December. And yeah, we're still doing SHOT Show in January. That's coming up. Oh, nice. Boy, oh boy, this guy's coming up quick on me. Hey, William, what's going on, man? Well, I am off to see some Army buddies today. And there's also some gun shops in the Phoenix area that I might go and visit and see if we can talk to them and see if we can get some people to pick up some of our slides. We just picked up a gun store in Tucson, Task Force Red, veteran owned and operated. And they have some of our slides on display. You know, it's not so bad. You know, the drive, I've been on definitely longer driving trips. But that little spot with the Indian reservation where the road narrows, God help you if there's a crash. Because you're just stuck there. And they will not let the state expand the road there. Oh, right on. You know, I keep meaning to go to one of the Arizona gun shows. There's two that happen in Tucson, like every month or two. And I keep meaning to go, and I never get around to it. Oh, sorry, it looks like I got a little bit of a reconnect there. That happens sometimes out here, driving between Tucson and Phoenix. Oh yeah, that road, yeah, that sucks. The one time, it was a semi that had rolled, and so the trailer for the semi was blocking all 3 lanes. And thankfully, I don't know if anyone was hurt or not, I hope not. But thankfully I was on the other side of the road, so it didn't impact me, but you could see the just freaking line waiting for them to clear it. And it was going on for like 8 to 10 miles. Because you had everybody who was coming to Tucson up to Phoenix getting stuck. I was going from Phoenix to Tucson, and so I was a little lucky there. And you know how hot it gets in the summer, so you know those vehicles were shutting off. So they weren't overheating, just sitting there. And for those of you not from the West or not from a really hot area, yeah, your vehicle idles too long while on, it'll overheat. And especially in Arizona when the temps hit 100 plus, sometimes 110, 120, and then you're surrounded by a bunch of other vehicles. Hey, we got, what was that, Pinell County? Sheriff's Department. Got his little hiding vehicle there with all the subdued decals. Those of you passing through Arizona, especially in this area, if you happen to be riding the left lane for too long, they'll pull you over. If you're driving too slow in the left or middle lane, they'll pull you over. Why? Because you're impeding traffic for everybody else. You're basically being a nuisance to everyone else. So they're going to pull you over and give you a ticket. So I actually do appreciate that they do that out here, because we get a lot of snowbirds that love to drive 10 miles under the speed limit and not use their turn signals, and they'll ride this fast lane instead of being in the slow lane like they should. Not every department does that. Pinnell does. Basically, just don't inconvenience people is what they're doing. And those people who drive slower, you're actually not, some people are actually of the impression that by driving slower, they're being more safe. No. No, you're not. You're actually going to cause accidents. But you need to travel with the flow of traffic. That's the speed you need to be going. And if you want to drive a little slower, get in the right lane. You want to drive a little faster, get in the left lane. It's not complicated. But yep, we're heading up to Phoenix. I've got another, geez. Heck, I got another hour until I get to where I'm supposed to be. We had one in here from Europe a while back too, and they were surprised at how much we drive. And apparently, I thought this was just like a joke, but apparently a lot of Europeans don't actually know the size of America. 2A veteran, what's going on, brother? Apparently it is actually like, and I was watching a whole like British TikTok on it for a little while, that they don't grasp the size of our country, and they don't understand like why we say, oh yeah, it'll take like 2 hours to get there instead of saying miles or whatever. And like, yeah, Americans talk about travel in time, because to get from where I was to where I'm going is going to take 2 hours. Not that it's going to be, 100 and some miles. Who's this guy in front of me? Florida? Well, Mr. Florida, the right lane's about to go faster than you, so you are fucking up royal. So we're going to go in the left lane. Okay, let's get ahead of it. Will do. That's right. Arizona. We got some bad drivers here. I'm sure every state says that about their drivers, though. Then again, the snowbirds really do challenge my perception of that. Because, I mean, who the hell drives 10 miles under the speed limit and doesn't use turn signals? Like, why? Why are you doing that? Hey, passing by Casa Grande ruins. I can't remember if I have been to those ruins. I want to say I have. I should do that sometime. Travel through Arizona, visit all the historical sites. That'd be interesting. have been to a few of them, you know, Grand Canyon, Gacho Peak, Old Tucson, some of the old western sites. But the key is not to go too damn fast or highway patrol will get you, just like they did to that guy on the other side of the road. Whole lot of nothing. But I appreciate those of you sticking around, asking questions, and clicking that like button, double tapping that screen. Because while this is not one of our more exciting lives where we're showing off guns and slides and whatnot, it helps. That it most certainly does. Big question is, am I going to stay here tonight? Maybe grab a hotel? Or do I drive back tonight? That's the big old question, I suppose. Because sometimes it's just not worth driving back that long while you're tired. Yep, there's a few mountains in the distance there. Some out to the left of us. I mean, those ones aren't one of our big ones by any means. But yeah, got a few mountains. That one off to the far, actually I think we're past it. That one definitely looks like a dirt hill. The ones to the left, those are mountains. Heck, if I could get the battery to stay, like, for my phone, for a live to stay on, I could do a hike up, like, say, Camelback Mountain. Downside is just the phone likes to heat up during lives, and the battery does not like to last. Maybe if I kept it on a trickle charger or something portable with me. Might be a neat way to do it. Hey, FE Ordnance, thank you so much. Yeah, I gotta get an image or something posted for those. It's gonna be 20% off all of our stripped black slides. Yeah, a solar charger might do it. And as long as I didn't do it in like hot weather, the phone, because I've had that happen where I'm just driving and the heat on the windshield will cause the phone to start shutting down applications. I'm headed to see some Army buddies up in Phoenix, but I also might go to some gun shops and talk to a few people, see if we can get them to pick up some of our slides. Sorry, I know I get some reconnection issues. Sometimes I just got to go check the map. Taking a different route than I've taken before, so. Oh, no worries. Greatly appreciate it. probably our last sale for the rest of the year. Well, October was the big one. Didn't do as well as we'd like, but, you know, got a few sales. Economy's not great for people. Oh yeah, it doesn't happen as often as I'd like, but we get to see each other every now and then. Kind of picks up where it last left off. Just old friends who haven't seen each other in a while. Alright, let's get over. Oh. Well, that was silly of me. Down to 2 lanes. I forgot where we were. Right on, man. Appreciate you stopping by. I still got a ways to go. Another 45 minutes easy. So we're just chilling in this live. You guys might lose me randomly here as I go to check the map, because I'm coming up on a spot I don't usually go to. Well, I'm tempted to go to Tempe. They got this nice little bar up there. Okay, there we are. Sorry about that. I had to check on this. Hey, 10X, yeah. Hey, 10X, yeah, man. And it's pretty cool out here. Let's see, what's the speed limit on this road so one of the cops doesn't get me? Whole lot of nothing out here. Definitely appreciate all the likes, everybody. And just, you know, stopping in, helping me with my watch hours. It's greatly appreciated. I know the road lives are not as fun as some of the other ones. Bro, we gotta slow down. Right. Ah, yes, the Gila River Indian Community. A lot of people don't know that the reservations have their own cops. Wish you guys could see it better with the freaking camera, but it's beautiful out here. Maybe I'll do another one of these when I'm heading back. Oh, that one actually probably, it depends, I guess, what time of day I'm heading back. It gets darker earlier now, so if we did a live while it's just dark, I'm not sure how well that'd be received. I'm super curious to see how many more of these switches start showing up with the V series for the Glock. It happens so much faster than I thought it was going to. I figured maybe about 6 months, and yeah, it was a lot quicker than that. I'm actually super curious as to what Glock's response is going to be to the V series switch with how quick it came out. Kind of loser tags up anything near a cemetery. That's some degeneracy right there. And a wee bit of a slowdown. I don't know, what do you guys think about the new V series switch? I knew it was coming, I just didn't think it'd come out this quick. We might buy the new V series if the patent isn't extended to it. And then we could just make a clone of it. The Stiffy V. Stiffy something. Stiffler V series. But that'll still be a ways off because we're focusing on some other stuff. Got to finish the 43. And then maybe start working on some Gen 5s. And then I know some people want us to make the 20 and the 21. The 23. We'll see where things take us. mean, I'd like to do a 45 cal, a 10 millimeter. Not 100% on the 40 cal, but you know, I'm sure some people would like it. Glock seems to be completely abandoning 40 cal. Part of the reason we picked up an RXM, they've already gotten a cease and desist order. Not order, they've gotten a cease and desist letter from Everytown. And you know the lawsuit's going to go to them next. And so it's like, you know what, before there's any kind of injunction or before there's a run on them, we went and picked up an RXM. Oh, you gotta love four-way stops. It's your turn there, guy. So I don't know if it's worth getting an RXM now before there's any kind of issues, but we just did it to play safe. Plus, we know, like, we knew the math makes sense. We've seen it from other stuff. We knew our slides would fit on an RXM frame, but it's nice to actually have it, to be able to run it. You know, I can confirm, hey, yes, we've tested it on an RXM frame. Our slides do work. Just like we can say, yes, we've tested it on a Polymer 80, we've tested it on a PSA, we've tested it on an OEM, an SCT, and now an RXM. Still haven't tested it on a grit grips yet, but I know other people have, like RTT Guns and Gear has. He's tested our slides on grit grips, so I know they work. We just don't have a frame ourselves yet. Yeah, we're in the process of producing several on our CNC machine right now and getting them range tested. Hey, Christopher Lewis, what's going on, man? I'm heading off to Phoenix. Still about like 30 minutes away from where I need to be. I always get a crap ton of notifications when I go on lives. Yeah, it should be done before Christmas. Because we've been really pushing to get it done before January. Hopefully so some Californians can get the 26 before, you know, their ban. Well, it's not quite a ban, but before all their bullshit goes into effect. Misfit Santa, what's going on, man? It's just been an hour of me driving so far, and I still got 30 minutes to go. Yeah, but it is nice out here, you know, going on a trip like this. Watching all the illegal MILFs pass by getting kids from school. What the fuck? Hot Aztec moms. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I know this is a very boring live compared to other ones. But the scenery's kind of nice. Not as good as Aztec moms, but nice. Have a good one, Zanti. Heck, we're about at the hour mark. That's probably where I'll cut it. So looks like I got to do a lot of turns and crap coming up. But thank you guys so much for chilling with Stiffler Manufacturing on our way to Phoenix. We're going off to meet some old Army buddies, and maybe if we get the time, we're gonna go talk to some gun shops and stuff. See if they can get take our slides into their shop. You know, maybe we can do some kind of consignment deal, or maybe we do a wholesale agreement with them. So we'll see what's up. But I appreciate you guys chilling with us. Really helps our watch hours. The likes really help. We're still trying to repair all the damage YouTube did to us when they did that one-day suspension. Even though they admitted nothing was wrong, like that we were not at fault, we're still trying to recover from the way the algorithm treats us since that happened. So I always appreciate you guys hanging out, liking, adding to the conversation. It's greatly appreciated. And thanks again so much. And as always, stay 2A every day.